Hello and welcome, this is Kruti and you're watching It's Tomorrow News. After having struck by the Hurricane Laura, another storm Sally is heading for the US Gulf Coast and was likely to make a landfall on Tuesday evening. Presently, Sally is a tropical storm moving northwest slowly and is likely to gain hurricane strength before crossing the coast. It is traveling in the fairly hot waters and therefore gaining heat potential and energy. Being a slow-moving system, it will have a prolonged impact on heating New Orleans. The peripherals of the hurricane will also impact Louisiana, Mississippi and Alabama. The hurricane will be lashing the coastline with the wind speed between 120 and 150 km per hour. The storm surge in excess of 8 to 10 feet carry a serious threat of flooding rains. The combination of storm surge, strong winds and torrential rains become the potential disaster, resulting in damage of life and property. The hurricane season in the Atlantic lasts till November with a peak around September to October. Presently, there are 3 more storms in the Atlantic Ocean in the close proximity of each other. The closest hurricane Paulette will recur while deep sea and therefore will not pose at any threat to the coastline. More than 17 million people are in the path of the Category 2 hurricane. Hundreds of miles of coastline are under the storm watches and warnings. There is a possibility that Sally will turn into major Category 3 storm with the maximum sustained winds of at least 111 miles per hour. Therefore, it makes a landfall on Tuesday evening. Earlier forecast shows that the hurricane making a direct hit on the New Orleans. Sally is trekking east, but the officials still aren't taking any chances as the floodgates are closed and the city braces for the potential storm surge. The system was put into the place after Hurricane Katrina. The idea is that the metal doors were closed and minimize the water going into the city. Even before the intensifying, Sally had already dumped into close a foot of rain, which led to flooding in the parts of Florida, like the Keys. The National Hurricane Center is predicting the storm surge will be deadly and officials are urging people to get out. The Hurricane Center said in the latest advisories that Sally's outer rain bands are moving on shore in the Florida Panhandle. The Hurricane Center said Sally is about 100 miles east of the mouth of the Mississippi River and 135 miles southeast of Biloxi, moving west-northwest at 5 miles per hour. Hurricane warnings now stretch from the Morgan City, Louisiana eastward into the Florida. At the Okaloosa-Walton County line, forecasters warn a storm surge and flash flooding. Further, the strengthening is expected in the next 24 hours before the storm makes a landfall, the NHS said. A Monday morning update showed the storm is about 135 miles southeast of Biloxi, Mississippi. The storm had 100 mile per hour winds, but more of the concern is the sluggish final approach, the forecasters say. During the briefing, the governor said he is feared that its state would bear the brunt of Sally's rain and the storm surged. He urged the residents to be prepared for the prolonged power outages. The shelters are opening for the evacuees, and he said officials were handling out the sandbags in the Saraland, Alabama North Mobile, while residents of Dauphin Island, a barrier in the Isle on the Alabama coast, were preparing for the flooding. The most of the Louisiana is no longer expected to face a direct heat. An extremely dangerous and life-threatening storm surge is expected in the southeast portion of the state, especially from the Port Falcon eastward, the hurricane centered warned. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News, Kruti Trivedi. For more weather updates like this, do like, share and subscribe our channel.